Ever since the release of Star Wars The Rise of Skywalker teaser trailer number 1 over at Star Wars Celebration and the second one over at D23 and by Good Morning America, it left a lot of fans very excited and eager to see the third and final trailer of Star Wars The Rise of Skywalker by writer and director J.J. Abrams. This is Mike Zero. Make sure to subscribe if you are new to the channel for future Star Wars content. Now, we are just 107 days away from the official release of The Rise of Skywalker, which is when, of course, we will finally be able to see exactly what JJ plans to do in order to end the Skywalker saga and the sequel trilogy itself. Now, these past couple of weeks or so, we've been learning a whole lot more about this film, and when it all comes down to various shot descriptions of the upcoming trailer 3 of Episode 9, this is where things begin to get very intense for this film. Now, specifically, what's really intriguing about all of this is that shot descriptions consisting of a scene where it's described that both Rey and Kylo Ren are fighting with their lightsabers in mid-air during a zero-gravity battle. It's explained that this takes place on Kylo Ren's First Order Ravager ship, where both Rey and Kylo Ren are locking their blades together with tons of debris floating around them. During the sequence, Kylo is said to have his helmet on, where he seems to have the upper hand against Rey, where she is said to be struggling against him. The sequence was said to have been shot all in IMAX for the IMAX version of the movie. The next describes a sequence in which Rey is inside of a strange red rectangular, or should I say triangular structure, with Kylo Ren, where it's glowing and pulsing in a red hue, with a strange code written on it. It's explained that as Kylo and Rey are inside of the structure, is when dialogue of Palpatine begins to play over, talking about how it is too late for Rey and Kylo Ren, and that the dark side awaits them. Another goes over a sequence in which Luke Skywalker is said to be in his ceremonial robes, meditating on Ahch-To, where he appears younger, looking out to a sunset over the ocean, where Luke is standing on a beach. This is where dialogue of Obi-Wan, Yoda, and even Anakin are heard in the background in a faint fashion. The last describes a sequence in which both Rey and Kylo Ren are standing next to each other, side by side, speed walking toward a figure in the form of a silhouette, standing near a throne. This is where Palpatine's laughter is heard once again. So let's go over a couple of parts about this and as to why this is very exciting. Now, the one piece that really does stand out to me a lot has all to do with this zero-gravity battle. Now, I don't know if you guys heard about this a couple of months ago that they filmed over in Cardington between both Adam Driver and Daisy Ridley. A lot of wire work was used in order to literally just lift them up in mid-air and have them fight in mid-air with a lot of debris floating around. So it almost seems like what they're trying to do here is that they're trying to give us a different type of lightsaber duel between these two characters that's going to be very epic during one of the major space battles in the second act of Episode 9. So, Kylo Ren in this movie, he's got a brand new Star Destroyer. It's called the First Order Ravager, and it's said to be slightly larger than that of the Supremacy ship that once belonged to Supreme Leader Snoke in The Last Jedi. Now, this film is going to feature brand new ship designs, such as the TIE daggers, and new Star Destroyers, new super weapons, such as the Annihilators. I cannot wait to see exactly what's in store on top of everything else related to the new Sith Empire, and of course to the First Order. So, with that being said, alright, the zero-gravity battle, I think, is going to be a very unique experience, especially of how it was shot over in IMAX. Once this movie drops, I'm going to go ahead and see this in IMAX first, without a doubt, because usually that's how I see these films. I go ahead and see them in IMAX just because it's such a large-scale screen. I mean, it's just amazing. You just get sucked into the movie. You know, the background in the theater is just completely, vanished. You're just looking at a screen, and that's it. So that's what I like about IMAX. You're very immersed. So the other piece that I do want to go over that really does impress me a lot as well is we have a moment in which Luke Skywalker is said to be standing on a beach looking out to a beautiful sunset over the ocean of Ahch-To. As this happens, he begins to hear, or the audience begins to hear, the voices of Anakin, Obi-Wan, and Yoda in a faint way in the background. Now, Luke in this particular scene is said to be far younger than ever before, not with the long hair and the beard and looking gray and older. He's actually looking more like how he did on the world of Crate, except in his ceremonial robes, which is a very interesting thing because we never really got to see that version of Luke on Ahch-To, on that particular planet, right? We saw how he looked, of course, on the unknown world of his Jedi training temple, but we never saw Luke like that on Ahch-To, so it's going to be very interesting to see how that all plays out as well by JJ, George, and Chris Terrio, and what they really want to do to add in a lot of emotion to this movie to really make it a very satisfying film that's going to resonate with Star Wars fans around the world. Again, like I say, we're now in the home stretch. We're in the final 3 months and change until the release of The Rise of Skywalker. We're getting very close, and that's where the marketing is going to start and ramp up. Anyways, guys, drop a comment below. Let me know what you think about all of this in the comments, and if you guys did enjoy the content for today, do make sure to drop a thumbs up on this video to support the channel. I thank you all so very much for the kind support, and I'll catch you guys next time.